Hi, I'm Miriam with Network Funding, and today we are in the historic portion of Draper, Utah. In the early 1940s, Draper was actually known as the egg basket of Utah. The reason being they supplied the troops in the South Pacific with eggs during World War II. So this unique little area is rich in pioneer history. It is also mainly it was a farming community, and it changed a lot in the late 1990s. But we're going to take you through some of our favorite areas. We're going to spend a lot of time in the more historic portion of Draper and show you around some of the local flavors and just give you an introduction to this really unique little spot in Utah. So come along and join us. We're looking forward to having you with us. We are at the Charleston in Draper. This was a pioneer residence that was built in 1878 by Jacob Terry, and it was then converted into the restaurant. This is a unique little spot. It's got a mixture of sort of modern chic with some really traditional elements. We're delighted to be here with Chef Marco, who is the owner and head chef here at the Charleston in Draper. And you have a really unique history. Born in Brazil, you lived in Paris. Tell us a little bit about yourself and tell us how the inspiration came about to create.
I'd be more than happy. So thank you for being here today.
You're welcome.
I'm from Brazil, actually, for a small town in next to São Paulo, and I grew up with a beautiful and a Portuguese family. We always love good food and the parties. But I grew up as actually a musician, so I went to piano school before graduating classic piano, and I decided to go to a culinary school, moved to Paris, used to play piano in the nightclubs in Paris, and also going to the Cordon Bleu during the day. And I've been working as a chef for more than 27 years, opened many restaurants. I visit and live in more than 32 countries, and finally I decided to open my first restaurant in Draper.
Why Draper? I have to ask. I mean, you've traveled to over 30 countries. Why Draper?
I love antiques. This house has so many history. It was actually the second home built in Draper in 1878, and I have the privilege to meet the old owners. And she was actually getting out of the business as a little coffee shop, and I found in love with this beautiful home, with the history, with the area, and I said Draper has to be my first restaurant, and opened the Charleston Draper actually 16 months ago.
16 months ago?
Yes, exactly.
Well,
16.
we are honored. Obrigado.
Obrigado você.
I am standing outside of the historic Draper Theater, which opened its doors in 1938 as a movie house called The Pearl. In the 90s, it was then converted to a stage where it's become this sort of community theater where people from all walks of life can come in, take some acting classes, get up on stage, do some improv. So we are inside the historic Draper Theater, and we're here with Bailey, who is on the board of directors. And why don't you tell us a little bit about the theater community here in Utah and in Draper?
So the theater community in Utah is unique in that it's very, very big. We have a great talent pool here in Utah. We have a lot of support for the arts, and that's kind of amazing because I feel like there are so many opportunities for people who have a love of the theater to perform in, a community or semi-professional level. Or, if you are interested in theater, there's lots of theaters such as this one that are always willing to educate people with an interest.
And you've done a little bit of acting yourself,
yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Specifically here.
Specifically here.
That's great. We'll be sure to catch one of the performances. We see that you've got quite a few out in the lobby,
yes.
And you're going to be adding to that next year.
We'll be jumping from a typical range of 6 shows a year to 12.
Yay, that should be fantastic. So thank you so much for your time and being so gracious to show us inside, and continued success.
Thanks for coming out.
You're welcome, thank you. We are standing outside of the IFA grain silo where they do a lot of the bagging and the mixing. This grain silo and this IFA was actually started originally as a farmers cooperative back in 1925. We're not standing outside of the original IFA, it's just a little bit to my right here, but The actual original building burned down in 1967. A fire destroyed it. And it was such an integral part of the community that they rebuilt it within a year. And not only did they rebuild it, but within that year, it came to be the center of all mixing and bagging for a lot of the local farmers. So it's an institution here in Draper. I love the store. I cannot say enough about how much I love the store. And I'm gonna sound like a broken record, but you really need to come and spend some time in here, support your local farmers. We are in the IFA. We're sort of roaming through one of the aisles, one of the many aisles. You can absolutely find anything and everything here. I love the store. It's a sensory overload. There is so much to choose from, not only gardening stuff. You can find feed, you can find toys. If you need to kill rats, there's rat poison. I mean, there's everything here. It's just the coolest place. Horse stuff, it's amazing. So you absolutely need to come and check it out and spend a couple of hours just roaming around, as we are. Jeff, you've been with IFA for 16 years, you said?
18 years with IFA, and I've been in Draper for 16 years.
That's fantastic. So obviously you love where you work.
Yes,
it's a great
for sure.
place to work.
Yes.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about your experience here, the community, just what you love about working at the IFA in Draper?
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, so in 2003, I came here to Draper, and yeah, just a great people to work with. I've really enjoyed the Draper community, and just a lot of really neat people. It's been fun to see it grow over the last 16 years as well. The community. It's back in the day, Draper was big farming community, and a lot of the development stuff.
Yeah.
It's brought in a lot of hobbyists. So we have a lot of people that. It's been fun to work with people just on helping them keep their yards up and looking their gardens going.
I personally use the 4-step fertilizer method that you guys have.
And that's been awesome.
And you still have the seed mixing and the bulk side of it. So that is still a growing and thriving operation, correct?
Yeah, for sure. It's just east of the store here. There's the feed mill, and it's full production. They do several semi-truckloads of feed out of there every day. Goes to our distribution center, and then they actually ship it throughout the Intermountain West to other IFAs, other wholesale dealers and stuff like that. And so it's still full functioning. They do a fair amount of bulk feed that comes in, and so a lot of times as you're driving by, you'll see semi-trucks coming in and out, bringing in the bulk feed or taking it out and stuff like that. So
wonderful. Well, Jeff, thank you for your time. We appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.
Okay, so we are pulling into the parking lot right now, where you can see the Draper Temple in the background, and it is an absolutely gorgeous structure. Solid granite. And we're going to step out and take a look. We are standing on the grounds of the LDS, or the Draper Temple. This was dedicated in March of 2009. The Latter-day Saints, or LDS faith, plays a very prominent and significant role here in Salt Lake life and Utah life. As you can see, it is absolutely awe-inspiring, so come down and check it out. We are currently driving up Traverse Ridge Road, which is in South Mountain. We're heading up to the top of Suncrest. This road is breathtaking, and the views from here are, you just have to experience it. It's great to come up here at sunset to see, to catch the sun going down. I have done this several times on a bicycle. This particular section that you see right now, this uphill, is a beast on a bicycle, but it is so rewarding when you get to the top. Lots of wildlife crossings, so you do need to pay a little bit of attention to that, but here we have a cyclist trudging up. What a trooper. It is 85 degrees and you are completely exposed, and he's doing it on a mountain bike, which is even more impressive. So kudos to him. So this is technically considered the top of Suncrest. You can go a little bit higher, but this is where you drop. If you turn left, you drop down into Alpine. We want to thank you for being a part of this. We have so enjoyed showing you around Draper. I just want to mention a few other places that we have not even touched upon. One is Cowabunga Bay, which is a water park. There's 11 slides, lazy river. It is an absolutely great place to go when it's over 90 degrees like it has been. Great place to take your kids. There's the Draper movie theater as well, so you can catch a great flick there. And finally, there's the Living Planet Aquarium, which is a world-class marine facility with live marine displays. It opened its doors in March of 2014, and it has seen over 3.6 million visitors to the facility. So this area is just rich in history. It's got great tradition, fantastic places to visit. So please come and check us out.